A little over a week ago, you were interviewing Luis Severino about his major league debut, and today you had a chance to talk to Greg Bird. How is he taking it all in?
Well, he's doing just that, taking it all in. One thing he has said, he wants to enjoy all of it. And guys that he has talked to in that clubhouse, he said that was the #1 thing that they had told him. Don't get too caught up in everything. Just take a step back and try to enjoy it. He's just 22 years old, and he was drafted in the 5th round in 2011. And he was a guy that was actually drafted as a catcher and moved to first base. And he definitely opened up some eyes at that position during this season. And he joins 14 others to make their major league debut this season. He is number 15. He'll be in there playing first base and batting 7th. I asked him what he's most excited about this evening.
Trying to help him win games. That's kind of what's been ingrained in our heads the whole year is to help these guys win however we can. So I'm just looking forward to getting out there and doing that.
Were you expecting this call-up at all?
I mean, not really. You never know, though. You just got to prepare and get after it every day and kind of do your job and let it take care of itself.
You had said that Dave Miley called you into his office, and at first you were a little confused as to what did I do?
Yeah. A little bit of shock at first, but then I think I kind of knew at that point, and so that's all she wrote.
How quick do you move thereafter? He tells you you're heading up here. What goes through your mind as you're trying to get ready, get all your stuff, and get here to join the team?
Well, first he asked me if I had a passport, and I knew I did, and then I was like, well, do I actually have it? Well, I ended up having it, and then it was just about packing and kind of waiting and being patient. Be honest, I didn't really sleep too much last night, but I'm excited to be here now.
You've transitioned very well from AA to AAA. You're now here in the majors. What do you think will be the most difficult part about transitioning to this level?
I think just the experience these guys have. They've been around the game so long, and they know what's going on. But like I said, we got a great group here, and a lot of guys I can learn from, I think, and guys who will help me along the way. So it's going to be fun.
When you talk about those guys in the clubhouse, you mentioned Mark Teixeira as a name of a guy that you like to pick his brain a little bit. What has he taught you so far, just from spring training, spending some time with him?
Just the discipline he has. I think defensively especially. I got to take some ground balls with him a few years back at Instructional League, and just the focus he puts in, that's kind of stuck with me, and it's helped me develop too. And I mean, I'm sure there's more in his head, so I got to just sit there and pick his brain.
When I talked to you in the Arizona Fall League, you were talking about the transition to playing first base. You really opened a lot of eyes defensively. What do you think has been the biggest thing that's clicked for you at that position?
Just the focus. I mean, just the attention to detail, I think. Just how important it really is. And that's not to say early on I didn't realize that, but just being around guys and being around the game more, and seeing how they go about it. You can save runs there too, and that's just been a huge focus for me.
A lot of guys have come over here already, congratulated you about being here. How much has it helped you, just the fact that you know these guys, you're familiar with them, you're familiar with the scene here at the Big League?
A lot of familiar faces and a lot of great guys. I can't say enough about how great they've been with me so far and in spring training, and they've made it a seamless transition.
What do you think it'll be like to step on that field for the first time?
I mean, it's going to be baseball. I'm going to enjoy it, and I mean, that's been the biggest piece of advice is enjoy it because it goes fast, but play your game and kind of let it take care of itself.
It's an exciting evening for Greg Bird and his family. He had mentioned that his parents will be here this evening. Now, Greg Bird, a .301 hitter at AAA, and I asked Joe Girardi what he remembered most about him from spring training, and Girardi simply said he knows how to hit. He understands the game. He studies the game. Now, don't expect to see him against a lot of left-handed pitchers, but he will be there for that Toronto series. They'll face David Price tomorrow, and then 2 right-handers will be on the mound. He mentioned him as a guy that could spell Mark Teixeira at first base. Also, Alex Rodriguez, give him some days off at the DH position. But yet another prospect that is up here. A lot of reason to be excited to see exactly what Greg Bird can do.